Today I'm joined by someone whose work I genuinely love. Louis Molero is the author of a beautiful little book called Unstoppable. And I say little, not because it's small in impact, but because it's simple, gentle and quietly profound. This isn't a book about self-improvement or fixing yourself. It's an invitation to see something deeper about how experience is created and how much peace, clarity and freedom are already available to us. What I love about Louis' writing is its humility. There's no guru energy here, just honest exploration, insight and humanity. So today, I'm really looking forward to exploring not just the book, but the journey behind it, the insights that shaped it, and what writing it revealed to Louis himself. Well, good afternoon. I'm here with Louis Molero, and Louis has written an incredible book which I absolutely love, and I am genuinely so happy to be here with Louis. So welcome, Louis.
Thank you very much. Welcome to.
Well, Louis, before Unstoppable became a book, there must have been moments of insight or confusion or curiosity or even struggles in your life where a particular moment or realization, well, where something fundamentally shifted for you, where you saw something that changed how you experienced of your life. Would you like to just talk about that a little bit with us?
Yes. Well, at the beginning, I think I wrote that in the book. I had just the title in my mind. And I was like 1 year or more like that, thinking about the title and writing the book and all with with the mind, with our thinking mind, with a lot of ideas. And for me, it was impossible because I've read so many books. So I said, there's no way I can do something like, I don't know, Richard Carson that used to write about the three principles. And then something happened. I went to Tokyo, and on the train from Malaga to Madrid to take the plane, I decided I'm going to do something special. I'm going to go to a capsule hotel and write the book in that very small place.
Wow.
I'm going to write the book there. So I took one notebook with me and I wrote a few things when I was in the train and the plane later. And I had that in my mind of writing, but just things that occurred to me, like out of the blue, like something that happened to me in a sauna, for instance. But I wrote about that in the book. There was one day that I wanted to try the sauna, and I was afraid because I thought if I stay for a long time there with the heat, it was going to be very bad for my heart. It was going to be dangerous. And my mind played a trick on me. So I was there, I started to see the minutes, because there was a clock there. And I started to panic just a little bit, but more, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, this is going to be too much for me. I'm going to get out. And then, because I was really afraid, I couldn't get out from the place. So I thought I'm going to die. This is horrible. I'm going to die here. And the same way the panic came, just dissolved. And I was doing just the opposite of what I had to do in order to get out from the room. I was pushing in the wrong direction. And they opened the door and I left. And that for me was the origin of the book. I thought this is exactly what happened every day in our lives. We see something, kind of nightmare, or not that much maybe, but something that is not really true. It's only real in our minds, and we behave accordingly. Sometimes we are afraid, worried, but the real situation is not what we see. It's something different. We live in an illusion. And that's why I started to write the book, because of that thing, that image.
Wow. And I know you talk about that in the book, and I really enjoyed the way you painted that whole picture of the experience. Yeah, that was and what a lovely opening to the book that is as well,
Thank
because
you.
there's a lot of humility there, and a lot of your lived experience. You're not just telling people, you're sharing with people so much. Now we know that a lot of people can intellectually understand that thought creates our
Mm.
experience, and yet they're still suffering. So,
Yeah,
what helped you move from, something you understand into something that you were genuinely living by?
I think before I couldn't answer that, but now I think I know what it is. I think it was pain,
Right.
pain, because you can live in your thought, I mean, in your thoughts, and it's not such a big deal. I mean, you suffer, you worry, but you are used, in a way, you're used to living or surviving like that.
Yeah.
But when your thoughts are really painful, like, like a breakup, I moved from Japan to Spain and my family stayed there, my daughters. When it's something like that, it's so horrible that your mind can play tricks on you, like
Mm.
mm, make make everything seems like a drama, like
Yeah.
this is gonna be the end. My daughters are going to forget about me, and we are going to separate for forever, and it's horrible what your mind can can do to you. So for a while, I stayed like that, and I suffered so much that at the end, it was like, this is not real. This is just my thinking. And love is about distance. And that's true. My
Yeah.
daughter is now is living here with me in Spain after
Wonderful.
so many years of being separated. So I was right.
Yeah.
And I decided to not suffer anymore for that because it was too much for me. I drank, I many things. And so I think it's really actually is you need a motivation. Sometimes pain is the motivation
Mm.
because it's too much.
Yeah.
So you decide not to suffer anymore and do something better with your life. While if the pain is just a little pain, you don't really move. You're used to the situation. So I think that's what happens with people.
So it's very much a signpost or a wake up.
Yeah, it's a wake up.
Yeah.
I used to
Wonderful.
drink a lot at that time. And when I realized what was happening, it was just my mind making me feel bad about myself. I stopped drinking without making any effort, just like this.
Wow.
But it's because of that. It's just the pain, really. It's a teacher.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you don't need it. I mean, I don't think it's the best teacher, but
No.
sometimes it's good.
Well,
I prefer other things.
what do they say? It's a gift from mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Mm.
So let me ask you, how did the process of writing Unstoppable itself change you? Were there insights that only came about because you were trying to put this into words?
Well, there's something I've been writing my whole life, and there's something I learned many years ago, and is that the good writing is when you stop interfering with the writing.
Yeah.
Because, the stories are running are everywhere and in our minds outside. I mean, you don't need to make an effort, no, like what? And normally that effort only constricts the writing. It's not good.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, the idea was to write that book, and I was the writer, and that was very serious, and everything was. And little by little, I realized that I was no one to write the book. That the book just was using me, if I allow it, to say something, and that was the real thing. That was the good thing, and to enjoy the process.
Mm.
So I don't know. Not at the beginning, but a little more advanced in the book. The book started to take form without me, really. Sometimes I wrote something that I didn't like, but I had to write it. And it was fun, really.
Yeah,
And it was amazing because I was the first reader, not the writer. I was just reading and enjoying the book. And it was a lot lighter than I was before, like when I wanted to control the whole process. And I enjoyed it very much. And the book showed me that if you are humble and you stay away a little bit, and you prepare yourself and you're vulnerable, you can write something beautiful, but not because you are beautiful or something like that, but because you're a channel and you are used to something really good to make good for people. So that's where I learned. I mean, to step a little bit, you know,
yeah. Out of
out
your
of the.
yeah,
Mm.
out of your own way. Yeah.
Yes,
I
yes,
I love that part of the book where you said, now the book is writing itself, and
yeah,
and actually this should be the beginning of the book, but it just didn't work out like that, and it was like that was so honest. And
yeah.
it really made me smile. We was talking earlier about when I read the book, and I'm just sat there in a bar, smiling to myself,
Wow,
thinking, this is wonderful. It was so refreshing, and it just felt so freeing. And I think I mentioned in a comment in one of your posts that this wasn't a book I read; it was a book I felt
wow, that's
because
so beautiful.
it
You
was
said
just
that really.
it was wonderful. Now, we know that, this understanding is kind of like radically simple, yet the human mind wants to resist that simplicity. So, why do
Yes,
you think we're so tempted to complicate something that's actually very, very natural?
because we were talking before about seekers, about seeking. I think we tend to seek for I don't know, for years in my case and in your case, I think.
Yeah,
And like yourself, I was with 15 years old, I was reading about Zen philosophy and things like that. So with the time, we acquire a lot of vocabulary, a lot of concepts, a lot of. In Japanese, they say nimotsu. Well, they say that in Zen Buddhism. Nimotsu is like something you carry on yourself, like the suitcase and all that. Nimotsu.
yeah,
But we have a lot of concepts, a lot of things in our minds, and we don't want to give them away. We want to be enlightened, but at the same time, with all that those things, that those vocabularies, those concepts, and it's not compatible. I mean, you have to choose.
yeah,
You're simple and you're happy, or you have all that knowledge and you speak. You're wonderful speaking, and the people say, "Oh," but you don't. You don't have nothing inside. You have just the sounds and the colors but not the simplicity. And actually, there's nothing to grasp. It's
yeah.
just the opposite. It's everything to give away, all the thoughts, it's not difficult.
No, that's beautiful. Yeah,
Mm.
that is beautiful. And it's not something to possess; it's something to share. I love that.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that your book is in service. That's what when I read it, I thought this book is in service
That's what you
of.
gave me to do.
Yeah, really is. Yeah, yeah. That's why I gave it away and quickly
Yeah.
bought another copy.
Oh, that's
So
beautiful.
so if someone's reading Unstoppable and they
Mm.
truly grasp what you're pointing to, what do you think changes most in their life? Not outwardly, but inwardly.
I think this is like the equivalent of watching a film, a very scary film, and someone whispering in your ear, "This is just a movie," and and seeing the thing for what it is. Really, it's a movie.
Yeah,
The movie is here, and and we have a lot of movies, and
yeah,
it's very difficult to get out from the movies if we keep thinking. I mean, we try to get out from the movie with another movie. You see? We try to arrange our mind with thinking, with more thinking, with analysis, with and it's something completely different. It's to stop. It's, I don't play anymore to this game.
Mm.
So maybe someone reading the book and laughing a little bit at what happened to that guy and the magician with the elephants and with the
Yeah,
maybe relax enough to see that his thing is not that serious either. I mean, we are all the same. We are all the magician with the tricks and forgetting that we are the magician. And yeah, that's what I think.
well, I think the book is full of so many beautiful stories and metaphors. But beyond the words of the book, what do you most hope readers feel or recognise for themselves once they've finished that last page?
I hope they understand that love is real. Love is real. The rest of the things are I don't deserve this. I was bad. I'm afraid of what's happening. Everything is just lack of love.
Mm.
And with so many words, with so many reasons. But actually, it's just that. I mean, if someone can feel a bit of love, like there is that tale about the elevator boy, the bellboy,
Yeah, that is beautiful.
and the angel. And if someone can find that compassion, that love in the book,
Yeah,
it's love and humor, but it's the same. I mean, humor in this case is just I don't know, another name for love.
yeah,
The book tries not to be serious. That's all. To make it all very very simple, very like daily stuff. We do nothing special, nothing special.
well, I think you achieved it absolutely beautifully, and just you made me smile then when you said, basically love. That kind of sums it up. Yeah, thank you
Mm.
so much, so much.
Thank
This
you.
this has been such a wonderfully grounding conversation, and what I really appreciate is the simplicity that you point towards, not as something to understand, but something that we can all notice and feel, and what we can live from. So, from my heart, thank you so much, Louis,
Thank
for
you.
sharing. And if you're watching this and you want to get a copy of Unstoppable, then I'm going to be putting a link into the description of the video. Louis, would you just like to just mention a few words about a service that you actually offer, helping other authors or want to be authors write a book?
Yeah, yeah. Lately, I've been mentoring people to write their own book. Sometimes memoirs, sometimes kind of I don't know philosophy or self-help or whatever, spiritual book. And I think it's a wonderful job. I mean, it's beautiful
Yeah,
because I just find people I just help them to find their voice.
yeah,
What it happened with me with the book, and I found that voice that was inside me, and it wasn't the way I wanted, but it was my voice anyway.
yeah,
So that's what I try to replicate with people, and I've done it quite a few times, and I love the process. It's just helping someone to write a book, to find their voice, to give something back to the world
yeah,
and to I don't know to their family because we're we are just for a short time here, and we love leaving something here for I don't know.
yeah, yeah. Leaving that story, that
Yeah,
message, sharing something. Yeah, wonderful. Well, what?
something that makes people laugh
Yeah,
many years later. That would be wonderful.
yeah. Well, I know people are going to be laughing at your book in a beautiful way because of the stories and the way that you tell the stories and the way that you write is so wonderful.
Thank you.
And it certainly touched my life. So Thank you, Louis. And
Thank you very much,
yeah,
Kev.
it's been an absolute joy.
Same here. Thank you very much.
Take care. Thank you.